Chapter 1372. The real precipitation must be at least 3 generations or even more than 4 generations. Only after several generations of precipitation can the family cultivate true aristocratic qualities. In Oris Hill, there is only one woman with such a temperament, Faria. And the temperament of Kano was even better than Faria. Alex put away his surprise, looked at the 2 women with a slight smile, and said a little apologetically, "I'm sorry you two, something has been delayed today. You two have been waiting for a long time." Kano plucked up the courage to ask him, Your name is Alex Anderson?" Alex nodded, "Yes, what's the matter? What's wrong with Miss Kano?" Kano pointed at herself, staring at him with beautiful eyes and asked, "Do you remember me?" When these words came out, the other 3 people including Alex were all stunned. Burton and assistant were a little surprised. Could it be that Kano knew Alex? Alex was also very surprised. It is said that this Kano is a big star. Does she know him? However, it seems something is not right. I had already left Westcliff when I was 8 years old. Looking at Kano, I feel that I should be 1 or 2 years younger than myself, which means that when I left Westcliff, Kano was at most 6 or 7 years old. How could she know herself? I have no impression of myself, I know her by myself. However, from the look in Kano's eyes, Alex could guess that she must have recognized him. Moreover, she is from Westcliff and has never been back to Westcliff for so many years. From this, it can be guessed that she knew him in Westcliff. In other words, Kano knew that he was the Anderson family master. At this moment, Alex couldn't help but frowned, took a deep look at Kano, and smiled. "Miss Kano, I should be the wrong person." "How could you be?" Kano blurted out, "It's impossible, you still have the same temperament in your facial features, and you can still see how you looked when you were a child." Alex was even more surprised, but he resolutely said, "It's impossible. I've been an orphan since I was a child. I grew up in an orphanage. How could you know me?" Kano wanted to say something, but seeing Alex's eyes seem to warn herself, she sighed and said, "Maybe I really confessed to my mistake. He looks so much like a childhood friend of mine. He has been missing a lot of years." Alex nodded, and said with a smile, "The world is so big, the 2 look a bit like each other, so normal." Kano followed his words and nodded and said, "Mr. Anderson is right." Burton and assistant on the side didn't think much about it. Burton made an introduction to Alex. "Master Anderson, let me introduce you. The person in front of you is the big star from Westcliff, Miss Kano, and next to her is Miss Kano's assistant." Alex nodded, and said politely, "Miss Kano, and her assistant, the 2 of them have come to Oris Hill for a long time. The arrival of the 2 makes Pinnacle Pharmaceuticals' brilliance." Assistant snorted, "Anderson, right? You are a bit too fake to say this. Since we are here and make you feel bright, why are you unwilling to give us a bit of Pinnacle Aderin? Kano's spleen and stomach have always been discomfort. If you want a few packs of medicine to take, you are not willing to give it. You are still telling me about patents. Is it interesting?"